Assalamu alaikum students. Standard 5th. Subject English. Topic number 13. The Adventures of Gulliver. The Adventures of Gulliver. Gulliver's Travels is an interesting book written by a well-known English writer, Jonathan Swift. So students, Gulliver's Travels is an interesting book, and this book is written by Jonathan Swift. This is Jonathan Swift. So Jonathan Swift was an Anglo-Irish essayist and poet. So students, Gulliver's Travels is an interesting book which is written by Jonathan Swift, and in which he describes the voyages of Gulliver to various lands like Lilliput and Brobdingnag. Though the character of Gulliver and these strange sounding lands are imaginary, Gulliver's experience and adventures are written so well that they seem real and true to life. So students, in this book, he described about the long journeys of Gulliver. So your voyages means a long journey, especially by ship. So students, in this book, he described about the long journeys of Gulliver to various lands like Lilliput and Brobdingnag. And the character of Gulliver and these strange sounding lands are imaginary. And as Gulliver's experiences and adventures are written so well that they seem real and true to life. Gulliver, the story tells us, worked as a surgeon on ships. As such, he made several voyages. So students, the story tells us that Gulliver worked as a surgeon on ships. Surgeon means a doctor who is specially trained to perform medical operations. So students, Gulliver worked as a surgeon on ships, and he had made several long journeys by ships. In May 1699, he sailed on the ship, the Antelope. On the return journey, in November, a violent storm sank his ship. So students, violent means sudden and powerful. So a sudden and powerful storm sank his ship, and Gulliver swam to save his life. So late in the evening, he found himself marooned on a strange land, weak and exhausted. So students, late in the evening, he found himself marooned. Maroon means left in a place from which you cannot escape. So, he was marooned on a strange land, weak and exhausted. Exhausted means extremely tired. So, as he was extremely tired, he slept for about 9 hours. It was daylight when he awoke. Let us read what happened next in his own words. Gulliver meets the Lilliputians. I tried to get up from the ground, but I could not move. I was lying on my back. Then I found that my arms and feet were held down to the ground with strings. So students, Gulliver tried to get up from the ground, but he could not move. Now, why he was not able to move, students? Let us see. Students, Gulliver was tied down on the seashore by thousands of strings. He was lying on his back. Then, what did he found? He found that his arms and feet were held down to the ground with strings. Strings means thread or rope. So as we can see here, his arms and feet were held down to the ground with strings. My hair, which was long, was held down in the same way. Thousands of strings had been passed across my body so that I could not move any part of me, but could only lie there on my back looking up at the sky. So students, as his arms and feet were held down on the ground, similarly his hair, which was long, as we can see here, was held down in the same way. Thousands of strings had been passed across his body so that he could not move any part of his body but could only lie there on his back looking up the sky. So, as you can see, thousands of strings has been passed across his body. Now students, in a little time, he felt something alive moving on his foot. Then it came over his body and up to his face. Now what Gulliver did? He turned his eyes down as much as he could. And he saw whom? He saw a man. Now this man was not half a foot high. Means he was very small. And by his dress, he seemed to be a soldier. Then students, what happened? Then came 40 more soldiers following the first. I was so much surprised that I gave a great cry. Then they all ran back in great fear. And as I was told later, some of them were hurt in jumping down from my sight onto the ground. Now students, Gulliver said that he was so much surprised that he started crying loudly. And when he started crying, what happened to the Lilliputians? The Lilliputians started running back in great fear, and they were all scared of him. And Gulliver was later told that some of the Lilliputians got hurt when they were jumping from his side, as we can see here. Yes, so some of the Lilliputians got hurt when they were jumping down from his side onto the ground. Gulliver attempts to pull free. So students, attempts means tries. Now students, let us read what happened next in his own words. Gulliver attempts to pull free. After pulling very hard, I got one arm up from the ground. So after pulling very hard, what happened? His one arm got up from the ground. I also raised my head. This gave me great pain, for many of the hairs were pulled out. So now what happened? He also raised his head, and when he raised his head, what happened? He got pain because many of the hairs were pulled out. I put out my hand to catch some of the little men, but They ran away before I could close my hand on them. So now what did Gulliver did? He put his hand out to catch some of the little men. But what did they do? They ran away before he could close his hand on them. Then I heard a noise and felt a pricking in my hand like that of 1,000 needles. I found that they were shooting arrows at me. I was afraid for my eyes. I put my hand over my face. After this, I thought that the wisest thing to do was to lie quiet till night. I thought that then, my hand being free, I could quickly set free the rest of my body. Now students, Gulliver heard a noise and felt a pricking in his hand like that of 1,000 needles. Then he found that they were shooting arrows at him. So students, as we can see that as Gulliver was such a big giant to them and these little men were shooting with such small arrows. So they were shooting arrows at him. And he was afraid of his eyes. So he put his hand over his face. After this, he thought that the wisest thing to do was to lie quiet till night. Then he thought that his hand being free, he could quickly set free the rest of his body. Soon, a platform was raised and an important looking man gave a long speech. From his gestures, I guessed that he was trying to tell me that they would not harm me if I did as they told. So student, gestures means movements of parts of the body to express an idea or meaning. So students, soon a platform was raised and an important looking man gave a long speech. So from his movements of the parts of his body, he guessed that the important looking man was trying to tell him that they will not harm him if he did as he was told. So what did Gulliver do? Gulliver too replied with his gestures that he will remain quiet. And he also told them that he was very hungry. Gulliver eats a giant meal. At once, 100 men climbed up onto my body and marched up to my mouth, carrying food. The bread was as small as bullets, so I ate 2 and 3 loaves at a time, and cries of surprise rose from the Lilliputians that I should eat so quickly and so much. So students, at once 100 of men climbed up onto his body, as we can see here, and marched up to his mouth carrying food. And the bread was as small as bullets. So students, how small was the bread? The bread was as small as bullets. So he ate 2 or 3 loaves. Loaves means quantity of bread that is shaped and baked in one piece. So he ate 2 or 3 loaves at a time. And cries of surprise rose from the Lilliputians that he ate so quickly and so much. The Lilliputians were no longer afraid of me. They danced upon my body and ran to and fro. So students, to and fro means first in one direction and then in the opposite direction, a repeated number of times. So students, the Lilliputians were no longer afraid of Gulliver, and they danced upon his body and ran first in one direction and then in opposite direction a repeated number of times. I could have caught at least 40 of them with my hands and thrown them down. So now what Gulliver says? He says that he could have caught at least 40 of men with his hands and thrown them down. But I remembered my promise to remain quiet. But then he remembered that he had promised to remain quiet. Right? Indeed, I was surprised at their bravery, for I must have seemed the greatest giant in the world. So students, Gulliver was surprised at their bravery because for them he must have seemed the greatest giant in the world. Later, I was taken to the city where the king lived. A great cart was made by joining many carts. 900 men worked for 3 hours to put me onto the cart, which was drawn by 1,500 of the king's finest horses. The city was just half a mile away, but the journey took almost a full day. So students, Gulliver was taken to the city where the king lived. So, where did the king live? The king lived in the city, and a great cart was made by joining many carts. 900 men worked for 3 hours to put Gulliver onto the cart, which was drawn by 1,500 of the king's finest horses. The city was just half a mile away, but the journey took almost a full day. So how long did the journey of half a mile take? The journey of half a mile took almost a full day. Gulliver's new home. So students, the king came out to meet him. He came near and looked at him. But it was not safe for him to climb up on him. At the place where the cart stopped, there was an old church. It was the largest building in the whole country. For certain reasons, it had not been used as a church for many years. So it was made ready for him to use as his house. The great door on the north was 4 feet high and 2 feet wide. So he had to go into it by going down on his hand. One of his feet was set in a great ring on the end of many strong strings so that he could not get away, but could only walk some distance outside his door. The country outside looked like a garden. After some days, the king and his people were convinced that I would not harm them. So after I agreed to keep certain orders of the king, I was allowed to move around. So students, convinced means made to feel sure. So students, after some days, the king and his people were sure that he will not harm them. So after he agreed to keep certain orders of the king, he was allowed to move around. Now students, let us start with this. That is, Gulliver visits the city and the queen. So students, as soon as he was set free, he asked if he can see the city. So students, the king was pleased to let him do this. So when Gulliver started his walk, orders were given to all the peoples to remain in their houses. Then Gulliver, after being set free, stepped over the wall and went very carefully along the two largest streets. Now students, all the windows were full of faces looking at him. As we can see here, everyone was looking at him from the windows. People were standing on the top of their houses. Then he saw the king's house. It was at a place where two great streets met and had a beautiful garden on all sides. So Gulliver lay down and put his eye to the windows. And what did he saw? He saw that the rooms inside were very beautiful. In one room, Gulliver saw the queen and some of the young princes. They were pleased with his visit. So students, this was about the adventures of Gulliver.